Welcome back to Cure the Common Game. Today, in deck number 686, we're going in the Wayback Machine. Back to original legends, Rohgahh of Kher. Now, I was fortunate enough, I got this one last year or maybe year before. I don't know, I spent about $23 on it. Insanely lucky. I had to. Anyway, for 6 mana, we get a 5/5. Now, keep in mind, this was the set that introduced the legend mechanic. This is the Godfather set of our entire format, right? Now, most of the legends that they did back then were not, how should we say, good. Rohgahh of Kher does not have a whole lot of support. There aren't a lot of kobolds. Apparently, they only exist on Dominaria. That's what it looks like. Anyway, we have all your kobolds of Kher gain +2/+2. Now, I will have to check the Oracle text on that to make sure if it's cards named kobolds of Kher or if it's just all kobolds. Not sure. Guess I probably need to figure that out. Anyway, your kobolds of Kher gain +2/+2. You got to pay triple red during your upkeep, or Rohgahh and all your kobolds become tapped, and you give them away to an opponent. So that is a big deal. This is kind of I did lean toward more of an old school build here. So let's go through our kobolds, that which they are. Now, the one card I am missing from the deck is that the Time Spiral land that makes the kobold tokens. Yeah. So, first we have Crimson Kobold. Now, because card color is mainly identified by the mana cost, that's why this card is a red spell when cast, and it's a red creature. So, Crimson Kobolds, the Crookshank Kobold, Kobolds of Kher, and then we have the Kobold Helpers. The Taskmaster, +1/+0, the Overlord, gaining first strike, the Drill Sergeant, giving +1 to the toughness, and then lastly we have Rohgahh, or I'm sorry, Rohgah's son. This card. So, but that's not a whole lot to build a tribal kobolds deck. So, I did lean pretty hard into cards that are, in fact, kobolds. Changelings, yeah, I know. I had to lean real heavy. Maybe we'll get lucky and there'll be more kobolds in the future. However, um, here we are in 2021, and you would think if they were going to revisit it, we'd have got it before now. But anyway, Ghostly Changeling, Moonglove Changeling, Ventimus Changeling, Bloodline Pretender, Warspike Changeling, Skeletal Changeling, Cairn Wanderer. Technically, when Mutavault turns into a creature, it's a kobold. Then we've got the other two, the Maskwood Nexus. Now, granted, it's not really changing our creature types because they're mostly all kobolds anyway, but it does tap to create more kobolds. And then the Blades of Velas Vale is a kobold spell when cast. I don't know that actually matters, but that's what it did. Well, let's look at our ramp. We have pair of rituals, the Dark Ritual and the Pyretic Ritual. But then we have some mana rocks. Woo, do we ever. We have Soul Ring, Talisman of Indulgence, Pristine Talisman, Arcane Signet, Charcoal Diamond, Fire Diamond, Commander Sphere, Rakdos Signet, Locket, Key Rune, the Spectral Searchlight, and the Wayfarer's Bauble. Kind of get out there and get some of that land as fast as we can. Now, that's a lot of rocks. It's a whole lot. We'll come back to that. Not as much card draw as I would like. We have, Sign and Blood, Ancient Craving, and Siphon Mine. But now we have stuff to make our kobolds better, our creatures better. So you know, they could use a brass herald, right? The kobolds get +1/+1. Okay. Maybe if we set Rohgahh on the dragon throne of Tarkir, giving them all +5's not bad. Obelisk of Erd, +2. Goblin War Drum's going to make them harder to block. A little bit of equipment style stuff, Trailblazer's Boots is just about makes it unblockable. Every now and then you run into a deck with no non-basics out, but it's not common, Swiftfoot Boots, Loxodon Warhammer pumps them up. A Chroma's Memorial kind of makes them pretty good. Dragon Blood. Now, I'll admit Dragon Blood was, you're looking at it and you're like, what? There's so many better ways to put a +1/+1 counter on a kobold. I know. But I got there because of cranial plating. Because I had looked at all of the mana rocks, and I was like, well, I'm going to need Closet Geeks anyway, just in case something happens I can't pay for the upkeep, and I need to sack Rohgahh real quick, right? Turmoil's Crypt and Thran Foundry kind of just found a home in there. But then I want to look at old cards here. These don't really have another category. Back then, things was different. Perish. Destroy all green creatures. Can't be regenerated. Gone. They're fine. Scald. Player taps an island, deal a damage. Okay. Rivalry. During each player's upkeep, if they control more lands than anybody else, they take 2 damage. So, kind of that land ramp hate. Gotcha. Bereavement. Wow. When a green creature dies, its controller discards a card. Intimidation is going to make effectively give our creatures fear. Victimize in case, sack 1 to get 2 back. Uphill Battle. Now, this is a card I don't think I've ever seen played. Creatures your opponents play come into play tapped. That is strong. And then Ritual of the Machine. I'll sack a kobold to gain control of somebody's commander. Yeah, as long as it's non-black, non-artifact, Then that leads us right into our removal. Feed the Swarm, Shatter, Murder, Vendetta, Diabolic Edict, Doomblade, Lightning Bolt, Incinerate. To, like I said, I kind of wanted the deck to feel as old school as possible. Now, granted, we have some newer cards in here. The Seer Step. Well, I guess it's obvious I have played this once because I needed a red mana and I flipped it around. But the Red-Black Pathway, Command Tower, Vivid Crag, Terramorphic Expanse. We have Lava Crawl Reaches, Rakdos Guildgate, Evolving Wilds, Path of Ancestry, Blood Crypt. Get in there, Blood Crypt. Box is not used to having Blood Crypts in it, I guess. Keldon Necropolis. I'll sack a kobold, deal 2 damage if if it finishes somebody off, sure. Eben Stronghold. I run the Great Furnace just because the cranial plating's in there, and I might be able to get, because the cranial plating on the Son of Rohgahh is insane because it's got those 3 abilities and just pumping it up. Oh, it's so good. Bloodfell Caves, Sulphurous Mires, Vivid Marsh, and Cinder Barrens. And of course, to keep the theme, all my basic lands are revised white borders. So, well, actually, that's it kind of works pretty good because the the Terramorphic and evolving, it speeds that process up because you know the lands you're looking for are going to be white borders. So that is Rohgahh. Excited to get that one done. It's not every day that I get to actually do a Legends legend, and especially one that has gotten so blamed expensive. That's where the most of my list is of the commanders that I don't have. 99% of it's from two sets. It's from Legends and it's from Portal 3 Kingdoms. Portal 3 Kingdoms does not. There's nothing on the reserve list. There's nothing. But the odds of them just reprinting all those, I just don't know that it's going to happen. Maybe because we've been getting one every couple years or whatnot. But anyway, that's Rohgahh. 686 is on the wall. And that is it for today. I do appreciate it. Y'all let me know what you think. And what did I miss? Was there more cool Kobold stuff that I didn't think of? So I don't know. Let me know. But right now, I think we will shuffle and cut.